Well, today's the day off. I decided to head over to Presidente, see if there was any good deals on meat, and I checked the dumpster, but there was nothing good there. I hate having to deal with that dumpster because you have to open up all them nasty bags. You try to catch the ones on top, but it was nothing but basically plant material and other stuff, and it just smells really bad. So anyway, I had some bread and other stuff that a friend had given me, so I went over there to the back of the bank and fed the duckies. So I got rid of that. Now I'm going back to the house. Now, I've been working non-stop. Last week, over the weekend, haven't had hardly any free time. But now I got some free time. So what I'm going to do is take advantage of that and get some of the stuff done in my yard that needs to get done. And hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be able to have another load of crap to take to the dump or put in the trash can. I hope everybody's been doing pretty good. And hopefully you're being productive. You're enjoying your life. And I'm over here heading along the canal. Been riding for a while. Let's see how fast we can go. I got the wind kind of behind me. Let me see if I can shift into a higher gear maybe. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like, well, looks like that broke. Oh well, no big deal. Okay. There were a couple of duckies over here. I fed them earlier. They may still be here. Ducks are generally lazy. They got something to eat. They won't move on. So, yeah, let's see if we can find them. I see them. I see 2 Egyptian geese and 1 Muscovy duck. Interesting. I need to set up some kind of tripod. I was going to do a duck sprinting exercise, so you can see my technique. Now, of course, they do like to fly away. But if you can get one, it's actually kind of fun. You grab them by the tail when they're taking off. Hey guys, look at that. So, are we an aggressive bunch? Huh? I don't think we're that aggressive. Hello, Mr. Ducky. Look at Mr. Duck. Oh, you ate all the duck food? No, there's still some of it there. This is a Muscovy duck. He's a male. You can tell because he's larger. He's got more red stuff on his head. If I try to get near him, he's going to go into the canal, fly away. And over here, we have the Egyptian geese. Now, they're actually a type of duck called the shell duck. They always have a male and female. Notice with the Egyptian geese, they look very similar. When I see the one over here is a male, that one's a female because he is a little bit bigger. When you get up close to them and they make a noise, that's how you know who is the male and who is the female. And they do like to hang out under the tree when it's sunny like this so they don't overheat. They are pretty neat. I like them. Hey guys, come on. You afraid of me? What do you think I'm gonna do? Cook you for dinner? Well, I can't guarantee that I won't, but then again, delicious duckies. Okay guys, surprised they haven't flown away yet. They will any moment now. Now if I wanted to catch them, I could use a throw net. As long as I sneaked up on them. You can always shoot them, but you don't want to do that in the neighborhood, especially when people love these birds. Oh well. Come on guys. I'll let you stay here in the shady tree. Go back to the bicycle. Mr. Ducky is still there. Now you don't see me walking too much. If I was like semi-retired Bob, I'd walk a lot more. Be like this, doing videos. But instead, I tend to ride the bike because bike is faster, and when you got to carry stuff, it's a lot easier. Anyway, I see Mr. Duck is close to the canal. As soon as I get close to him, he's probably going to hop in the water. Won't you, Mr. Duck? You want to go for a swim? What a nice big duck. Looks like your feathers are ruffled. You've been in a couple of fights, haven't you? Yeah, you've been fighting with the other ducks. They are beautiful ducks, in my opinion. I don't know why a lot of people hate them. Hey, guy. On the news, you see reports of people being attacked by Muscovy ducks. But in all the years I've been with these ducks, I have never been attacked a single time in my life. Come on, guys. You silly ducky. The geese are still over there. Mr. Ducky's going to go in the water. In 3, 2, 1, contact. Look at Mr. Ducky. Yep. Be reluctant to go in the water. There he goes. See, they are ducks. They can swim. They can swim quite well. They can also dive down. The water is still relatively clear. You can see the coral rock base. There's Mr. Duck. They're safe in the water as long as there's no gators around. Now, if this would be the Everglades, I don't think he'd last more than a few minutes before being pulled underwater. But because we're in the city, the amount of gators here is not as much. Although there are. And I used to do a gator call when I was younger. We used to have trees along this canal, and I'd go. And then all of a sudden you'd see the gator swimming down the canal. Of course, you wouldn't want to do that with Mr. Ducky in here because Mr. Ducky wouldn't last long, would he? Anyway, in terms of some of the plant life, we have the exotic invasive Wedelia, which has these yellow flowers. This used to be a very popular ground cover when I was a kid. People would plant it around their house instead of grass until eventually the state of Florida considered it an exotic and they stopped selling it. But it escaped. As you can see, it's all around. I think it makes a nice accent to an otherwise desolate area. And again, as long as the county continues to not spray herbicides here, the canal bank is a great nesting area for duckies. You can see Mr. Ducky over there. He's cooling off in the canal, doing his thing. There he is, sailing away down the water. Very cute. I don't see any iguanas today. I don't see a lot of life. I do hear a lot of birds in the trees, but our rainy season should have started a week or two ago. It's not raining. We got some rain in the morning, those morning showers. I call that Key Largo weather, but it's still dry. It's almost like the weather that used to be south of us has moved north. That's what it seems to be. We're not getting the thunderstorms. Now, June will be here next week. If we don't get our rainy season at the beginning of June, we got a big problem, and I mean a big problem. And if it ends up being like the last 2 weeks of June that the rainy season starts, or June stays dry, we got an even bigger problem. The last time we had a dry June was 2017. And as you know, we had the rather mild but long-lasting Hurricane Irma. Before that, it was 2005 and 2004. Those were both dry Junes. 2004, we had a couple of near misses. And I don't remember, I think it was Irene or one of those storms. And then, of course, in 2005, we had both Katrina and Wilma, which was the only hurricane I ever remember coming right before a cold front. So instead of having to sweat it out with no power like we normally do, we were able to be cool and comfortable right after. Of course, that came near the end of October, and it brought a cold front with it. I see Mr. Ducky still floating out there. He's in no hurry to go anywhere. He knows he's safe. I'm not going to go out there and swim for him. And even if I could, he'll just fly away. I've been out in the water in a rowboat or even in my six-wheeler, and I come up on a duck, and as soon as I reach out to grab him, he just takes off. That's a good thing about ducks. As long as they're alert, they're pretty safe. That is, as long as there's no gators in the canal, in which case they have nowhere to hide. They're better off staying on land than going in a canal with a hungry gator, because the gators, they can swim along the surface, go underwater, and surface right where their food is. That would be Mr. Ducky over there, and Mr. Ducky just could not react fast enough to a gator. Well, he's coming back to the shore. But anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a little time off, which is nice to have. Now, again, I did have time off Saturday morning when I had my live, but I had to work right after that, fixing an air conditioner and doing some cleanup. And there's Mr. Ducky. I don't know where the rest of the females are. I know there's a bunch of ducks at the bank, but all the ducks over here, maybe they're by the bridge down there, by the turnpike. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. If you want to see me tonight, you can go on Russ Mitchell's Keto Cookout. It'll be at 8:30. You are always welcome to come online, and you can join us in the chat. You can talk to us, ask questions, laugh, do whatever. This is the ultimate low stress carnivore YouTube or podcast or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, bye for now.